When you usually think of ZTE phones, you think of a safe, solid design. That's why the Axon range comes as a bit of a surprise. This is the Axon Elite, and it's a bit flash. What you're looking at is an aluminium body shell, and although these might look a bit like stitched leather panels at either end, they're not. They're plastic covers that are made to look a little bit like leather. What they do is actually serve a purpose. They give the antenna some breathing room inside. But the nice design touches don't stop there. You've got this triangular motif which runs in between the two camera lenses, which we'll come back to in a second, and it even continues over onto the volume rocker here, and the SIM tray has even got that slightly angled design. So ZTE have really gone to town on the Axon Elite's design. The phone itself has two big standout features. The first is this dual camera setup on the rear here. Now, we've seen this sort of thing before. It gives that clever depth of field look to your photographs. But the clever thing is you can adjust them once you've taken the picture. So for example, one we took earlier here, a tap of this button allows you to shift the focus of the photo that you've taken around on the screen, and you can save as many different versions as you like actually. So you don't have to say, well, I really like that one, and stick to it. You can do that and then change it again later on if you want to. It's also possible to adjust the amount of blur that you have in the pictures. It's really cool. It's a very easy to use system for what could be a relatively complicated feature. But like the rest of the camera, it's actually really easy to use, and the camera is our favourite aspect of the Axon Elite. Moving on from there, the other big thing about the Elite is the three alternative methods for unlocking the phone that ZTE has put inside. The first is this fingerprint sensor on the rear, which, as it turns out, is pretty much the only one you'd want to use. The other system is a retina scanning system. So if we try to unlock the phone here, it's a single swipe down and another swipe that will give you a system here where you would look into the camera and it will see if your eye print matches its records. Now, it works but slowly, and it's also confused by various light sources, so it can be a bit of a pain, and you'll just go back to using the fingerprint sensor. The other alternative is a voice system, so you can say a particular phrase to unlock the phone. Again, you'll just use a fingerprint sensor because we could just never get this working. So stick with the fingerprint sensor. It unlocks the phone in double quick time, and directly from the screen there, you hold your finger and you're straight into the phone. There's no messing around. It's extremely fast, and because the phone has NFC inside, it can be used for mobile payments when they become available. Otherwise, the Axon Elite has a 5.5-inch 1080p screen. It runs Android, as you can see here, but with ZTE's My Favour 3.2 user interface over the top. No, it's not great, it's not terrible, but we would prefer a more standard Android look. There's no app tray, for example. All your apps just get dumped on here. And when you go into the settings mode, there are two different options. You have a list mode like this, as you would not find on normal ones, but you also get thrown instantly into this, which is it serves no particular purpose. Outside of that, the camera is 13 megapixels. It has a Snapdragon 810 processor inside, which doesn't get too hot, and it keeps the phone running extremely smoothly. You can read our full review of the cool Axon Elite on Digital Trends right now.